Hello my oily and crystal loving brothers and sisters. We continue on our path of exploring the zodiac signs and how we can bring different gifts from nature in to bring that sign into balance. I find a lot of the time when you read different books and literature, they'll recommend that just maybe one or two crystals or oils for this star sign that kind of resonate with that energy. But as we know, that's no use if we're trying to bring that energy into balance. Today, we're exploring Aquarians, and sometimes Aquarians are absolutely amazing. We want to bring that energy up. But other times, not so amazing, and we want to settle down some of their traits. And so Aquarian energy, we might want to balance that, and so we can use different things for that. So today, let's explore some crystals and then some oils. So first of all, let's explore a little bit about Aquarius. What do we know? They're an air sign. They're the highest vibration, kind of consider the air signs. So they're quite philosophical. They're always in their mind. Their opposite sign is Leo. Now, Leos are always out there, do. With a Leo, they act now, think later. Aquarians will think now, act later. And when they're in balance, they have some really good kind of premises. They've already decided and worked out how we could have the utopian, perfect society and future. And they're just waiting for everyone else to catch up. And so what we want to do is we want to bring that wisdom and that knowledge of Aquarians into manifestation without them getting a little bit kind of know-it-all or arrogant. And that is where if we get too much in their head, that can be one of their dangers. The other danger is, remember how I said they tend to think now, act later? Sometimes they'll think now and think and opportunities pass them by. So we want to make sure we balance that out. So let's look at some crystals first of all. A really great one for them. Aquarians do tend to be a little bit quirky because they're always thinking outside the square, and that's really, we need that, because if everyone is doing the same thing over and over again, we're always going to get what we've always got. So we want something to provoke that kind of creative, individualistic thinking, to be those real black sheeps. And a really nice one is beautiful labradorite. So I'm just getting light shining off it, but you get the beautiful blue shine that will come on this sometimes. It's not going to work for me today, now that I'm on camera, the pressure's on. But we all know labradorite, it's really good for protecting those that are going off in their own path and being the black sheep. So when Aquarians want to go out and come up with brand new ideas, we want to encourage that type of behaviour. And labradorite will encourage that behaviour, it'll bring new insights. It's really good for scrying with. So this is what I use this mirror for, is I'll have a candlelight flashing on it, and I just kind of allow my eyes to go out of focus, kind of like the Disney witches that look into the crystal ball and see your future. You do that, and you allow your subconscious mind to kind of bring up new and interesting inspiration and ideas. Really, really great for Aquarians. The next one, because they are, we want to make sure that they know what to do with that wisdom, is we use lapis lazuli. Now, lapis lazuli is not a crystal. It's actually a stone. It's made out of 3 different crystals. And this piece demonstrates it really quite nicely. You'll see here you've got the blue, which is known as lazurite. Now, lazurite is really good for bringing in wisdom and intuition. But then you have the gold right there. And that is pyrite. It grows in perfect little squares. And then the white bits that you'll see through it, like through there and that's white calcite. And so what happens, how this crystal works, is the blue brings in wisdom and guidance. The white calcite clears away distractions. That's what calcites are good for. And pyrite being squares helps us to know what to do with that wisdom. So this is known as the stone of gods and kings and leaders, because it's all very good to bring in wisdom, but if you don't know what to do with it, then what's the use? You know, Donald Trump has all the knowledge and access to all the wisdom in the world, but he's not too sure what to do with it half the time. So lapis lazuli is really good for when those Aquarians are having those ponderings, having their insights, to make sure that they actually act on that. So it's a really powerful one for them. Now, one of the things that can happen is because Aquarians are so much in their head, they're going off on so many different tangents, they can lack being present. They will be so much on this great revolutionary idea, and they forget that their partner is sitting across from them at the table. If they find that they're getting a bit kind of distracted too often, black tourmaline is really good for helping you keep present. Oh, Bridget's been waiting for this one. Oh, I'm glad. I hope it's worth the wait. Bridget, hello in New Zealand. Black tourmaline is going to help Aquarians stay a lot more present and focused when they need to be. Yes, we want to encourage that creative mind, but we also need them to be in the present sometime as well. What can happen as well? Aquarians, in all this, they spend so much time thinking, and they get to the point where they truly believe they've worked it all out, and that can kind of manifest negatively sometimes into becoming a know-it-all. Let me tell you what you should do is a very much an out of balance Aquarian kind of statement. being accepting that everyone else is on their path, imparting the wisdom where you're invited to and where it's relevant, yes, but pushing people around, bossing people around, that type of thing, we don't want to encourage that behaviour. And Sugilite, the crystal of unconditional love, is a really nice one for Aquarians to work with. It brings in that spiritual kind of aspect, being violet as well, but also make sure that we accept everything and realise that everything and everyone is on their path and that it's all unfolding how it should. And so this can be a good one when we get know-it-all Aquarians. Now, what do we work with essential oil-wise? Because we bring them in to work with the crystals. The first one, great for all the air signs, but really good for Aquarian, is spearmint. Now, we've got peppermint. You've probably had some experience with peppermint. It's very awakening, very cooling and that type of thing. Now, we don't quite want that because the Aquarians don't want to be kind of snapped into the present. They want to kind of have mental alertness and have that kind of pondering. So that what we use there is we use spearmint. Now, I nickname peppermint as day mint. So we use that during the day when we need to be wide awake, but I nickname spearmint night mint because that's about all those kind of inner ponderings. And you know, the Greeks and the Romans would use spearmint to actually help them study and understand the esoterics and spiritual laws and all different things like that. So anyone studying that, that would be great. So spearmint's a really, really good one for kind of helping that Aquarian mind without kind of snapping them into reality. Of course, if they need to become a bit more present, whack them over the head with a bit of black tourmaline and give them some peppermint to bring them back into the world. Another great one that really helps with the intuition and is quite calming, really nice for Aquarians, especially if they're working too much in their mind when they're trying to go to sleep, is clary sage. Clary sage is great, not recommended if you're pregnant, but all other times, really great for helping you slow down, relax, and bring that wisdom in. Now, my favourite one, very much a great one for Aquarians, which was just brought out by doTERRA less than a year ago now, in September, is neroli, orange blossom of the bitter orange tree. Neroli is known for being quite seductive, but studies have found that it also helps us to, it helps with our intellect, but it also encourages us to think outside the square. Exactly what we want to bring out with that Aquarian energy. So this is going to be a really nice one for Aquarians to work with as well. So clary sage is great, neroli is great, and spearmint is absolutely amazing for them as well. So with Aquarians, what we want to do is we want to bring that kind of great insight and great ideas into the forefront without them pushing it on other people, or without them getting too distracted and forgetting who they're meant to be talking to or what they're meant to be doing right in the here and the now. And to make sure they're not missing out on opportunities as well. Now, did you know that some of you listening today would definitely be an Aquarian, but we have all the 12 signs within our zodiac. The interesting thing about that is sometimes we need to bring up a bit of Aquarian energy in our chart, and sometimes we need to level it down and balance it, even if it's your sun sign or not your sun sign. How do you learn how to do that? Well, one easy way is to do my 6-month online course. I've been talking about it throughout this series, and I'd love you to join in and do that course. What we do is we look at your birth chart. I show you how to find out about all the different signs, work out which ones you need to balance, which crystals and oils to work with, kind of in a lot more drawing out of what this little kind of snapshot 10-minute video will all be about. Now, we don't just look at astrology and star signs, we look at everything. We look at balancing the chakras, we look at female asteroids and female archetypes and female empowerment. We look at mythical beings and bringing that energy into our lives. Unconditional love, a whole bunch of things, working with crystals, oils, animals, angels, a whole lot. Sound good? And the good thing is, you get the email delivered to your email each week. You can open it up when you've got the time and watch the lecture in your free time, plus you've got lifetime access to that. Now, that is starting in 2 days' time, on Saturday. So don't delay. If you're really interested in that, please, I'll leave the link straight in under the video as soon as I finish, below in the comment section. Click on that and get in touch with me ASAP, and let's get you in to do the Nature's Healers online course. Of course, tomorrow we finish off with the final sign of the zodiac, and that's Pisces. So I'll be back at exactly the same time to explore that, and I hope to see you then. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.